Hi, I'm Amy with Eastside Wellness Chiropractic. The next exercise in our active care series is a Turkish get-up. To begin with, we're just going to start with a half Turkish get-up. So what I'm going to have Kaylin do is she is going to bend her, actually I'm going to have you bend this knee. The knee that is bent is actually going to be the same hand that is up. The next one is that your elbow is going to come down into the floor. Now this is what's important. As she drives through her elbow, she wants to make sure that she's keeping her shoulder down. So as she comes down, for her initial setup, she wants to make sure her elbow is just slightly below her shoulder or close to the same level. She never wants her elbow to be over because you can see how that draws her shoulder up towards her ear. So by bringing her elbow just below her shoulder, it allows her to use this lat to pack that muscle and to draw this shoulder as far away from her ear as she can. Now what I'm going to have Kaylin do is she's going to do the same type of thing on this side. She's going to draw her shoulder down, tightening up this lat muscle rather than letting it come up towards her ear. So she's going to tighten this down. Kaylin is now going to push. She's going to drive through her heel on the flexed knee and through her elbow as she rolls up. Good. Now when she rolls up, it's a roll up. It's not a sit up. So she's not sitting straight up. She is rolling through that elbow, through that heel up. She's driving her chest forward. We don't want any slouchy postures. So she's not rounded. She's extending. She's driving through this elbow into the floor, therefore bringing her chest out and giving her a better posture. Now, from this position, Kaylin is going to come up to her hand. So she's going to let her palm come down and spin. Another important thing to make sure of is as you rotate up, you want to make sure this knee doesn't drive in on you. You want to pull this knee out, keeping this glute engaged. So I'm going to have you go back down to your elbow and perform step 2 again. So she's going to come up, keeping this knee out, keeping this knee out. Go ahead back down. Rather than letting her knee drop in, go ahead up as she comes up. This is not what we want to happen. Come down. So step 2, she's drawing this knee out, driving through, coming up to your hand. And again, she's nice and tall, sitting tall posturally. Now, the third and final step of the half Turkish get up is she's going to press her hips up into a bridge. So go ahead, she's driving, she is pushing the floor away from her, using these lats to stabilize. She's nice and tall, keeping her eyes focused on her fist above her. She's drawing and squeezing her belly, she's squeezing her hip, and she's got her hips all the way up. We want to make sure that we get terminal extension through our hip rather than go ahead and let that sit a little, than having that seated position. So go ahead and drive up, but don't extend all the way. See how her hip's not extended? Now go ahead and push through there. See that final terminal extension? That's what we want as she continues to drive her knee out and push the floor away from her. She's then going to sit back down, come to her elbow, and then go roll flat back to her back. So let's just have you go through that in a nice fluid motion. Step 1, she's going to roll. She's going to drive through her elbow, drive through her heel, roll up, looking at her hand. Step 2, she's going to come to her hand, keeping this knee out. Step 3, she's going to drive her hips up. She's going to reverse it, back to her elbow, and flat back. So our Turkish get-up can be broken down into 3 steps. Drive through your elbow, drive through your heel, come up to your hand, and then finally come up into a hip bridge. And then she'll reverse it. She'll bring her hips down, she'll go back down to her elbow, and then she'll end laying flat on the floor.